Hey, what's up? Scott Balkan, Mirror of the Imagination Creation Films, and today, well, we're going to be shedding just a little bit of light on great interview lighting. So I've done quite a few videos with this setup, and I've had numerous people reach out and comment and send me emails saying, hey, how did you do that? What lighting are you doing? It looks great. Well, first thing I say is, cool, I was kind of hoping you'd notice. I've been practicing. But secondly, it's super easy to do, and I want to break it down today. And before I do, go ahead and click subscribe. Come on, be a part of this. Be a part of this great community where we share. We share and we care. And that rhymes with Delaware. So we're going to break down this lighting right here, and we're going to go light by light and show what we're doing and the effect that it's having. But first, to do this, we must first start with nothing. Looking here, what we have is just a single window, and the sunlight is just pouring through. It's the middle of the day. It's just nice, and yeah, no. That is a fake window on a set, and behind there are two Quasar 4-foot T8 tubes, and they provide just enough light for this set. Your set may vary, or your conditions may vary if you're doing it practically, but it provides just enough light to make it feel like there is a window outside. So the first light we're going to talk about is this one right here. And this right here is just a practical lamp. And inside that lamp is a Philips Hue light bulb. These light bulbs are kind of not great. They are very flicker prone. So you need to be setting your shutter at 1/60th of a second, or you're going to see all kinds of flickers, especially if you dim them. Now, I am personally looking forward to the new aperture lights that go into a light socket that are controlled by your phone as well. Those won't flicker, and yeah, they're kind of bright too. But these Hues will do for now, and they may be something that you already have. But I have just a simple Hue light bulb sitting in there, and I have it turned to a very reddish orange color. Now, my camera is set to 5500 daylight, but that is set to a very, very reddish orange. And the reason is I want it to feel like it is a very warm tungsten bulb, when in fact a tungsten bulb would be very whitish. It's slightly yellow, but very white compared to red. But it looks kind of natural. It looks like we're in an evening setting, maybe afternoon when the sun is starting to come down, or early morning. The next light we're going to do is this blue light right over here. Wow. And this blue light is another Philips Hue. Now, it is mounted up overhead and pointed downward, which is why you get this little shadow underneath the, right there. Yeah. You get that little shadow underneath there, and that's not necessarily unwanted. My feeling here is that this is ambient room light that's just leaking through from the sun. And right now, we are definitely peaking the color saturation. So that's why you see this kind of whitish, kind of blown out. And if I turn it off and on, you can kind of see it come up in blue and then just go kind of a whitish blue. We're peaking out the color saturation, but that will improve the moment we add more light. Now, I want to separate. I've got nice color contrast here. I've got a red glow over here and a blue glow over here. But I want to create more separation between me, and so I need a backlight. This is my backlight, and it's just right up overhead, and it's at about a 45-degree angle up and to the side of me. And it is also, it's more of a orangish kind of glow. I just want it to feel like I'm getting something from that lamp. But it's just a little bit of color back there in the background, a little bit of contrast, and a little bit of back glow. And then right here, our main light is an Aperture 300D behind an 8x8 silk. Boom. And it's not running full power. It's actually running about 40%. And you don't need much more. It produces such a wide, very, very soft glow. It's beautiful. And you can actually improve this a little more by putting another silk in front of that light so that you hit diffusion and then you hit diffusion again, giving that super double soft look. I've also done it with a softbox on that light, bouncing into the 8x8. And it again softens it and then softens it. And you'll have to increase your power a little bit, but it's beautiful. This right here is the setup that we're doing. Now on the camera settings, I'm again at 1/60th of a second shutter speed, or 172 degrees if you're in a degree setting. Setting it to 172 or 1/60th keeps it at 60 cycles, which is the same as the US current, or frequency of the current, which is 60 hertz. And those light bulbs will now not show their flicker at this point. If you're in Europe, you may have set yours to 50. Your light bulbs, I don't believe they're different, but they might be. You'll have to find what frequency matches your electricity in your area. But chances are it's either going to be 1/50th or 1/60th. Now let's go through it the reverse so you can see what the back adds. We'll turn off these three back here. So if all you had was one light and a bounce or silk, you could make a fairly nice interview scenario. And it's big and soft, so it's lighting up so much. Now on this 8x8, I do have a small flag off to the back, and that's keeping the light from spilling that would normally be seen by the light itself off towards the set, to keep it at a minimum down there. Otherwise, over here in this area, you'd actually have a little bit more of a beam coming through just because of the direct access to that light. So if you block it off, it works great. And what we have is very simple. So if you just had this and one additional light hitting you on the back, it would provide great separation. Let's see what that looks like right now. So now I've got just a little bit of fill here. Now this is very much like a Rembrandt style lighting. It's very soft, it flows and wraps around the head. And if I don't turn my head, but you can kind of see the triangle form on my eyes, which is a very pleasing look for people to see. It's very natural. That's why Rembrandt really liked it. If you wanted to know more about Rembrandt, I did a video on Rembrandt, and there's a link to it in the bottom down below. Two lights makes a huge difference. Let's add in these other two, and now you get that color contrast going on in the background. You get a nice differentiation that's going on. It's beautiful. It really is. And you can really play around with this and try different things. For instance, let's turn off this light and this light. And so now all we have is kind of a backlight, and we have the window. We could also turn this off, and now we have that super backlit contrast where you're interviewing the subject who doesn't want to be on camera.
I did it. I ate all the Snickers bars in the office. No one knows who I am. That's it.
So all in all, this is a super easy interview lighting setup that you can do. It does take a large silk. The bigger the better. If you don't have a large silk, the largest you got is going to work great. Big equals soft. And we've talked about that in our previous lighting videos. But as always, if you have any questions or comments, do feel free to put them in the comment section down below. I do try to read and respond to each and every one, even if it's just to say thank you. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Click that alert bell so you'll know when we are live streaming, because we do that almost every Friday. And that's where we talk to you and we share, because this is a community of filmmakers who share and care. Rhymes with Delaware. And I do have a Patreon if you wish to support me that way. I do greatly appreciate all of my Patreon supporters, or PayPal. You want to send me a tip or Super Chat on Fridays. Any kind of love goes a long way. Believe me, I could use it. And If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give me a thumbs down. It's okay. We can be friends. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.